It's taken me over a decade to learn this stuff, and I can guarantee your competitors would pay for you not to know this. Growing your business in a saturated market is a grind, but I've got good news and bad news for you. First, the bad news. Your market is jam-packed with competitors. It's getting pretty snug out there. The good news, that means there's a huge demand for the services you offer. Maybe you're not getting the leads you want. Maybe your customers are ghosting you after 6 months. I know it's super frustrating, but the good news is it's just a couple small things that you need to change to really take things to the next level. Instead of jumping ship, pivoting your business, and completely changing your service offering, I want to encourage you just to be a little bit better than your competitors, because the difference between them and you sometimes is only about that much. In this video, we're diving into sales, marketing, customer service, and operations, and what are those small things that we can do to really take those different departments to a level that's going to make you a clear choice between you and your competitors for your customers. So grab your pen and paper, we're gonna go fast, pay attention, and let's get cracking. The first department that we're gonna focus on is sales. So if I wanted to have a crappy sales department, I would make sure that it took me a very long time to reach out to my leads. So if you have a new lead that comes in and you wanted to really take things to the next level, you want to start responding to your leads in less than 1 minute. Because the second they submit a form, they are probably on their phone looking for an answer. And if you take half an hour, a day to respond to them, guess what? 1, your competitors may have already swooped in and taken the business away from you. But 2, that person no longer is a hot lead. The ship has sailed. They're going on to bigger and better things, and you no longer are the company that might be of interest to them. Plus, in today's day and age, and all these distractions are going on our phone, you just might never get a hold of them. They might have all the intentions in the world to book your services, but they got busy, their lives got busy again after they submit that form. 2, this might sound very basic, but
answer the phone every time.
The other day I was gonna go get some physio. My shoulder was hurting, and I went to I went to Google Maps, I wrote down physio near me, and a couple things popped up there. I clicked on one and called them. Ring, ring, ring.
They didn't answer the phone, it went to voicemail.
I called the second place, surely they're gonna answer. Ring, 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 went to voicemail. The average lifetime value of a customer going to physio or massage is over $1,200. Both of those clinics missed out on over $1,200 worth of recurring revenue because they didn't answer the phone. So if your business says it's open, answer the damn phone. Now, it doesn't always have to be you doing this. You can get virtual assistants for literally $8 USD an hour to at least answer the phone for you. You can teach them how to sell, you can teach them how to schedule appointments. It's completely up to you, but long story short,
don't miss those phone calls.
By the way, I have a killer sales script that you can find in this video. So the third game changer you can implement in sales is to make sure that you're open on the weekends when it is your peak season. So if you're a lawn care company, your peak season probably is in that May, June, and April. You want to make sure that you are open on the weekends. You're running your own business because you're trying to change the future for you and your family. And to do so, you gotta be open. You gotta be available to take on these calls, and you gotta be available to call these leads. So I recommend being open as much as you can. Find the time where demand is there and make sure your business is available, because guess who wins the situation? I'm hungry. I want a taco. I open up my phone and there is Taco Bell, and right there is James Tacos. Taco Bell is closed. James Tacos, oh, guess what? It is Saturday at 7 p.m. and they are open. Guaranteed I'm gonna go to the second option, because I go to the first option, they're not even open to take on my requests. So make sure that you are available and that your hours are wide open to have the greatest probability that someone is going to stumble upon your doorstep and buy from you. The fourth game changer that you can implement in sales is recording your calls. Now this is super important because it is by recording these calls that you can start to feed your sales team, or even go over it yourself, to listen to the calls that went well. And when you have some calls that are doing awesome, you know, you're crushing it. We've all had those days where you're just crushing it every single sales call. You want to listen back to those phone calls if you're ever having an off day to realize, what was I saying at that time where I was absolutely nailing it? What are the key terms I was using? How was I overcoming objections? And you can go to some of your bad calls and say, listen, I stopped halfway into this call because he gave me this objection and I didn't know how to overcome it. It is through reflection that we can actually start to improve our stuff, and we can only reflect on things if we take the time to review the game footage. So those 4 things, game changers for your sales department. But now let's move over to marketing, because you only need to sell because you don't know how to market. So let's get into marketing now. Number one thing is that you've got to show up number one on Google. When somebody types in the service that you do and the city pertaining to where you are, you need to be the number one company that pops up, because guess what? The number one company gets a lion's share of all the leads. I'm talking over 85% of the search inquiries. So if someone goes lawn care Calgary, that's the city that I'm in, after the Google reviews, everything that pops up is part of SEO, which by the way stands for search engine optimization. You want to make sure you are ranking number one there, and I don't recommend doing it yourself. In fact, I recommend the company Hill and Foster. They are the company that we use to actually get our company to number one for SEO and build a website that converts. I'm already familiar with them. They're not paying me to say anything here. I just want to recommend them because they have been super good for us and getting us to rank number one. So you can find Hill and Foster in the link in the description. The second thing though is that when people are searching up services, you need your company to stand out versus the competitors, because you need to be the clear choice. And you can do that through Google reviews. If you see a company here, 1,000 reviews, 4.2, versus the company over there, 1,500 reviews, 4.9, it is a no-brainer. You're not gonna even look at that first option because the second option is so much better. Now, volume is important. You can't just have 5 reviews with a 5.0 and say, yep, I'm done my Google review drive. No, you gotta go, go, go. And I like the number 1,000 because then it goes from like 999 to that 1K in the brackets, and it just looks so professional. But it's kind of like staying in shape. Getting good Google reviews is something you're gonna always keep doing your entire business career, because if your Google reviews are better than your competitors, you can charge a premium because you are a go-to. It is clear that more people prefer your services over theirs, and people don't wanna make mistakes. They wanna do what everybody else is doing because there is social proof there. So get as many reviews as possible and get it as high as possible. Another quick tip though, you don't need a 5.0. Stats show that if you're between 4.7 and 4.9, you're actually more likely to be chosen versus a 5.0 company because it looks real. But if you're a 4.7 to a 4.9, that's cool, that is awesome. You do what you say you're gonna do 99% of the time, and when you do mess up, when you get that 1-star review, make sure you reply to it. Be professional, make sure you respond to that person's legitimate concerns, and if they're not a customer, by the way, and someone just wrote you a bad review, make sure you acknowledge that in the comments saying, listen, I checked our data system, Mrs. Jones, and I can't find you as a customer, but I truly am concerned about your well-being. Please give us a call at this number so that we can go over what happened in your situation, because I can't find you on the system. People look at the bad reviews too, so make sure that your company responds to those bad reviews professionally. The third game changer for marketing is that you've got to be tracking your ROI. That's the return on investment, because the truth is you might be doing a ton of different things for marketing. You have flyers, you have your SEO, you've got your Google ads, you got your Facebook ads, you've got all these different things that you're doing to plug your services, get people to know about what you do. But unless you are specifically tracking how much you're spending and how much you're making for all those different avenues, you don't know which one's truly working for you. And you only have so much money, you only have so much time. If you just throw the money out there and hope things are gonna come in, what if your Google ads are performing 10 times better than your Facebook ads? You wanna stop giving money to those Facebook ads and put it all towards the Google ads. Like, it's just common sense, but so many of us don't do it. We just spend marketing dollars in all these different areas and we never look at it again. We just cross our fingers and pray that those leads are gonna be coming in. But that's not you, because you're watching this video. You know better than that. You're gonna start tracking your leads, the way they come in, how much you're paying for them, and how much them are converting. We use HubSpot at our company to track our digital reviews. They're an awesome CRM. Again, if you wanna check them out, go ahead. They are not sponsoring this video in any way, shape, or form. The third area that we're gonna zone in on here is customer service. Customer service is important because getting a customer is great, but if you can't keep a customer for the long haul, what was the point? You spend a lot of marketing dollars to get them. It is 7 times cheaper to keep an existing customer than to go get a new one. And they're gonna spend more money with you, and if you do a great job, they're gonna go tell their friends and family all about your services. So let's take care of these people. So the number one thing we gotta do for customer service is make them feel valued. You want to be appreciated. We all want to be appreciated. So having just a way you answer the phone, for example, good afternoon, thank you for calling Yard Dogs. My name is James. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? That's a great first impression. That is a great way. I might be having a bad day. I might be calling because I'm mad about something, but if someone says that to me, it's just little bit harder to be mad because that person is so freaking nice and you want to kill them with kindness. Now, a good way to make sure that you have a very smooth transition is through your sales and customer service teams, because you wouldn't believe how many people really fall off the bus when it comes to the transition between those two departments, because there was an expectation met in sales. There was a promise that was made, and it's up to your operations and customer service to deliver on that promise. But we need to bridge those two, because often if sales is just selling with no consequences, customer service and operations might have been given a bloodbath. They might have been given a situation that there is no way they can fulfill what the sales team has just over-promised, essentially. So you always want to under-promise and over-deliver. And you can do that by making sure that there's a very clear expectation between sales and customer service. So at the end of the sales calls, we should be going through an end-of-call disclosure, walking through what is going to happen going forward and what they can come to expect when it comes to your services. So by the way, Mrs. Jones, my name is James again. Now I'm on the sales department. Going forward, when you call in, you're not going to be talking to me. Rather, we have an awesome customer service team that their entire job is to make sure you're happy. If you see a single weed on your lawn, you call us. We're going to be out there within 48 hours for a touch-up spray. If you have any questions or concerns, hit them up. They are there to serve you. And now that they've become a customer, what does customer service do? They reach out to the customer and says, Jones, welcome aboard. Welcome to Yard Dogs. We're going to be the last lawn care company you're ever going to need, and I am here for you. I am at your disposal, and it is my pleasure to assist you in any way that I can. Here's what you can expect from the upcoming season. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. All the things that they need to know are given there from customer service, and it is a solid onboarding program they're setting up for those customers. The third thing in the customer service department is that we want to do check-ins. In some countries, Canada in particular, where I'm from, people are so nice. They don't complain. They just take their money elsewhere at the end of the season, and you have no feedback to know why that person left your business over time. So what you want to do, you want to take a proactive approach. Where does that customer sit in respect to my retention? If I were to ask them, hey, by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend me to your friends and family? What would they say? Because if they say 9 or 10, that's a promoter. If they're 7 or 8, they're neutral, which means like they're happy with what you've done, but they would jump ship if one of your competitors swooped in and gave them a better deal. And if they're 6 or less when you ask them that question, they're detractors. Not only are they not going to return to your business, they're also going to tell their friends and family not to book with you in the future if everyone ever asks for services and they're looking for help for a contractor. So we want to make sure that we're checking with our customers and making sure they're happy. Hey, Mrs. Jones, this is James calling with Yard Dogs. Hey, I know we've been working with each other for 2 months now. I was just wondering, how's everything going? It doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is that you do it, because Mrs. Jones might be so nice and she doesn't want to step on any toes, but she is not happy. It's your job to figure out, where do you stand with your existing customers? That question that I mentioned before, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend me to your friends and family? That is called an NPS score, Net Promoter Score. And it's something that you can send to your customers on a periodic basis, once a quarter perhaps, to make sure that you're getting feedback back to make sure you are doing what you promised. You are over-delivering and not under-promising every step of the way. And last but not least, guys, though, we've got operations. And this is actually one of the most important ones, because you only need to sell because you don't know how to market, and you only need to market because you don't have a product that sells itself. If you sincerely have a product or service that is a game changer, it is amazing, and it is miles away of your competition, you'll never need to market again, because people will talk about it, people will keep coming back to buy more, and they will just buy again and again and again. When the new iPhone comes out, Apple knows that there's going to be a lineup of people showing up to buy it on the first day, because they know they delivered on the previous iPhone. And when you are the best at what you do, it is a recipe to literally just print money, because people will keep coming back. They're going to tell their friends and family about you. And guess what? You don't need to pay for that marketing. It is all organic growth. So number one, just make sure you're doing a good job. Sincerely, look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I really that much better than my competitors? You know, if I'm a window washing company, how much better am I than making the glass super clear, making it super clean, no streaks? Do I go above and beyond in my communication? Do I make sure that the invoicing is very clear? Every single step of your business, look at it. Am I truly doing the best? Because all you need to be, like I said, is that much better than your competitors. Customers are going to start to choose you over them because you are clearly the best choice. It's always a series of things that your company does better than your competitors to make sure that you are the clear choice. And if you checked off all these lists, guys, you might be saying to yourself, okay, I know what I need need to do. Now I just need some customers to do it. My favorite way to do that is through door to door. It is the fastest, most efficient way that I know of how to get customers. If you don't know how to do door to door, that's okay, because I teach you how to do it in this next video.